Welcome back, you guys. I hope you're excited for today's video because it's been a little bit since I reviewed an Arttitude Cosmetics palette because I did miss their last launch, but I am back with the Moonlit Muse and I love both looks that I created, but this is look number 2. The first one is hands down my absolute favorite. I love it so much. You have some really freaking gorgeous shimmers in here, like a mix of metallics, duochromes, multichromes, holographics, iridescence. Like they literally slapped every type of formula in this palette and I think it's gorgeous. But of course, you will have to stay tuned till the end to hear my thoughts on the launch entirely because I do have them. I have opinions on this one, but I cannot wait to hang out with you guys today and hear your thoughts on the looks, the launch, and all of the things. So let's go ahead and get into look number 1. It's 7:30 at night and I am still not awake yet. That's a problem, and that's with Red Bull and coffee. But I'm here and I'm excited to create a look with the new Arttitude palette. We have the Moonlit Muse. Anything Muse related makes me happy, and this color story is very beautiful. I did do swatches on my hand and I am excited to create a look with this. These two shades are really pretty because this one is gray, but it's kind of green leaning, and so is the silver. It's very unique and very beautiful, but I want to work with those two today for sure, and some of the purples as well. But we're going to start with that more like gray toned matte halo, and I'm going to do that all through the crease on an E06 to start with. And I'm just gonna take this all along. I like to start with the E06 first when I take the same shade through the crease and not like some kind of two-tone situation, because I like that it really packs the color on and gives it a lot of depth there. And then I like to go in with the E03 and work on blending it out. But this is going to be like the base shade, and it's going to make all of the other colors a little more cool leaning. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the same thing on the lower lash line with my E04. But I've been reading the Blood and Ash series from Jennifer Armentrout, and I finished book 1 today and started book 2. I'm on chapter 37, and I think that's why I'm so tired, because sometimes if I start reading too early, it makes me sleepy. Let me know if you're the same way, but this series is very good. I really, really like it a lot. Next, I'm going in with the clips, and I'm going to do that on the E06 again. This is like more cool tone purple, and I think with this other matte it'll be really pretty. At least that's the hope. And I just cleaned off the same brush, and I am going to take this most of the way in. I mean, this is going to be a very vampy look. But you know I really love that always. This is getting very vampy very fast. Well, it almost looks blue on top of this gray, which is very cool. I think I'm going to switch to an E25 though. Doing this makes me want to switch up my look a little bit. I don't know. I might switch up the shimmers. We will see. Or at least one of them. Does it look blue to you guys? Like a dark midnight blue? I think I want to go ahead and do the same thing down here. I really like this combo a lot. Way more than I expected, honestly. I'm using an E11. I'm like, my brain is working in the slowest motion today. But I'm getting there. So next, I want to use this shade Void. It's like a very, very dark purple. And I think it could be cool, especially out here, if it's added more like a pop of color. I think it'll add a lot to the look, so we will give it a try. I really hope we can't hear Amanda's shower music when I edit this video back. Because she's jamming down there. Yeah, that is cool. I really like that a lot. It makes me almost wish I had something like pastel to put in the inner corner. I love that. Let's add some down here with an E07. I would love something like more muted pastel. You know what I mean? There is a white in here. Maybe we can like try to make something. Now we're going into shimmers. So I'm going to go in with the Shine On from Cleona. So the shade I'm changing up is Phases. I'm going in with that shade. It's like a purple to blue duo. It's very stunning. And I just think it's going to go so well with this look. But I'm going to be honest, I really love this all matte as well. But I'm just going to tap some of this all over the lid. And then we're going to dip into the shimmers. It kind of muted that matte a little bit, but it's fine. So the shade I want to use is this one, Phases. I mean, look at her. She is beautiful. So I'm just going to use my finger to put this on the lid. I mean, come on. That is so freaking pretty. Oh, I love it. And then I want to use part of Moonlight. This is one of those like marbled hollows. You can kind of see it there. I want to use the top part of it. I mean, the whole thing is beautiful, but the bottom has like a greenish gold. But I want to stick to the more like fluorescent purple blue. Oh my God. I am such a sucker for a hollow. Like, I don't shut up often, but when I swatch a hollow, it's immediate. Oh, I just love it. This is so stunning. Both of these shades. And I do think that silver would have been beautiful too, but this was too good of an idea to pass up. Especially when I got that one shade on the lid and noticed like how blue it turned. It just made too much sense not to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I mean. Like I said, I'm like half here, half awake. So look over me. So I'm going to use my E01 and we are going to dip in to some more of that look. Ooh, I love it. And then we're going to go back into Nova, which is that purple that I put on the lid before I did glitter glue. I love this. I can't wait to see what it looks like with lashes and liner, but I feel like the highlight is looking so good with it too, which is like 2 different Bella Beauty Bar highlighters. I'll have them linked down below, but I can't wait to see what it looks like all complete. Honestly, this one came together even better than I expected, and my expectations were high, but I love this so much. There's like, it's blue but smoky. We have pops of color in here, like with this blue shimmer. It's so vibrant and fun with the pop of purple as well. I love how it turned out, and I think the liners I paired with it were perfect. I did the shade Touch of Lavender from Melt, and then I went over it with the shade Whimsical from Cosmic Brushes. This is like an iridescent multi-chrome shade, and I think it looks really, really cool and ties in like that sparkle on the lid, like the bright blue. But I also did my Kulfi mascara and the BB lash. As for tomorrow's look, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but you guys will have already seen it because I'm feeling lazy and I don't feel like doing anything else tonight. It is late and time to eat and go to bed. Plus, this book, it's so good, you guys. I cannot stop myself. But I can't wait to see what I come up with. I hope you guys love the look, but let's go ahead now and get into look number 2. Well, hello, guys. So it's been seconds for you, but I've been gone for a few days, and I'm ready to get back into the palette. I had to go back out of town again, and man, last night when I got home, like an hour before I got home, it takes like 3 hours to get from my mom's to here, and it took like 4.5 hours because the snow was so bad and I could not freaking see. It was so scary, but I had to get home because Jimmy had school today, our nephew. But so like an hour close to my house, I like start freezing, and I am not a cold person, but I had the heat like cranked all the way up and was shaking so bad. And I got home and I couldn't even talk to Amanda or anything. It was so bad. And I checked my temperature and it was like 98.9, and usually like I get like serious side effects. Well, like I can feel a fever coming on at 98. So it ended up spiking up to like 103.4, and eventually I passed out, and I don't know how bad it got, but I woke up this morning and like my clothes were like drenched in sweat. It was terrible, but I don't even know why I had the fever. I don't feel sick, but I am gonna probably have to go to quick care after I film this video because my lung hurts really bad. I don't know what happened, but anyways, I am here. I am back. And I am gonna do get ready with me after this video. I don't know which one will be up first because I do have some stuff that I have to film too and get up because it's stuff that's like about to be launched once it's revealed, and it's good, you guys. You're gonna be excited. There's 2 different collections, but I do want to do a get ready with me and kind of tell you what's been going on the last few months, because I've been so freaking stressed out with some stuff that happened and trying to deal with that and everything. I have not had time for nothing else. Like I barely had time to talk to Amanda or anything. It's just been such a mess, but I think it's over now, and I'm so glad. So glad, so relieved. It's just really annoying. But anyways, to the look, and I want to pop up the swatches that I did. So I'm kind of excited for this because it's kind of neutral-esque, and I think it's going to be beautiful. But I'm trying to decide what I want to start this out with. So I think maybe this shade, Solace, and we're going to do that on an E06. I did prime my eyes with my DD Signature base in the shade, the nude shade Sand Seal. I always get tongue-tied when I try to say that. I'll link it down below because I got that at the end of last month when I reviewed their Valentine's Day launch, and I cannot stop using it. I've forgotten about every primer that I have. It is a fantastic product, and it's really affordable as well. I don't know about you, but affordability right now really matters for me. You can get 5 things from Walmart and it's almost $200. Like, I need all the help I can get, but I did get these in PR, which is also really nice, but I would totally buy this again and again and again, and when it runs out, I would definitely be picking it up because that is an awesome product. I really, really love and recommend it. I actually even like it better than I do the Sigma one, and I like the Sigma one, but this one's easier to blend on, and not only is it like better in that aspect for me, I think, but it's also like even more than half the price, like even less than that, because I know the Sigma one's like 20 something. This one's like $10, which isn't bad at all. But I'm using an E06. I don't know if I said that because I'm yappy, but I'm getting out of breath just from talking. It's ridiculous. But everybody in my house has been sick. I was gone because I had to go like up towards where my mom and my brothers live because my brother was moving. That was like last week. I've been up there twice, which is not good for my schedule and uploading because I haven't had time for anything. But everybody in my house was sick when I got home, and I never got any symptoms. So I thought I didn't catch it. But now I'm having this issue where my lung is hurting so bad and it's like sharp. And I'm wondering, like, do I have pneumonia and just not have any other symptoms besides the random fever that spiked out of nowhere? I don't know. I guess that's what the doctor's for. Okay, I'm going to switch to an E03 because this is going to be like my base shade, and we are just going to blend this up and over. But I finally got in the Wicked Widow collection. I've been waiting for that one forever. The Rocky Horror collection. I picked up pieces of it, like the blush, the highlight, the palette, and one of the lip products. And I think it's like been way too long to do like a dedicated video on it, but I think I'm gonna use that collection for my Get Ready With Me video. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I will say that palette is very gorgeous. But I'm just gonna go through here and build this up, because like I said, this is going to be the base shade. And let's add some of the white to my inner corner. That's the shade Moon. And I'm going to do that with an E01. And I'm probably going to add this and then mix some of the other shade. That way it's like kind of just lightened. And we can go ahead and take the shade down on the lower lash line too. So I thought I hit record, but I did not. But I'm using this deep brown shade and doing it on an E25 from Sigma. And I'm probably going to take this like through 3/4 of the crease, I would say. Because I'm going to deepen it up again too after I'm done with this shade. I mean, it's not necessary, but I want the undertones that both colors bring the eye look. So that's why I'm going for it. Plus, I love deep, dark, dramatic looks. You know this. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and use the E07 from Singe Beauty to add some of this down here to the lower lash line. Add a little smokiness. Okay, so last with the mattes, I want to do Void, because I think the undertone of like this dirty mauve I got going on here with this like deep dark purple will be really pretty. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to use a clean E25 if I can find it. There it is. And just add this out here mostly. I mean, it's so purple, it's almost black, especially being on that brown. I mean, the mattes are looking a little monochromatic, if I'm being honest. But if you like a monochromatic situation, you might love this. So now for shimmers, I'm going in with my Diveroon Stick and Sparkle. And looks like I need to be picking up another one of these soon. But I'm just going to place this all over the lid and let it dry for a second, and then we're going to dive in. I do have 3 shimmers that I want to try to squeeze in to this one look. Let's see if we can make it happen on this little bit of eye space. Okay, so the shade I think I want to start with first is this shade, which I think this all over the lid would be freaking gorgeous. But this is called Zenith. Look at it. And I want to do this out here. These shimmers in this palette are very, very glistening, very sparkly. I noticed that earlier. I mean, I noticed it when I swatched it, but the way it picked up on those hand swatches earlier was really breathtaking. I was kind of floored. I think I was not able to fully appreciate it because I've been like so stressed out. It's just been hard to like stop and smell the roses, so to speak. You know what I mean? But we're going in with the shade Astral, which is going to go really good with this rosy highlight that I have on. It's the shade Morally Gray from Bella Beauty Bar, and it looks so dark and like I would never be able to pull it off, but I am. And I also topped it with my Diveroon highlight in the shade Opal, which is just so stunning. But now we're going to do that one. And I want to take it over some of this gray and then drag it in some as well. Like, look at that. That silver going into that like more rosy shade is very pretty. And then last, I want to use Crescent. This is like a green iridescent shade, but it has a bit of like a mauve-y flip to it that's really stunning and very exciting. So we're gonna do some of this here, and I'm hoping this is gonna give me the pop of color that I need to be happy with my look. Yeah, I just think the shimmers are really beautiful. And then we'll just go in with some more of this shade on an E01. That way I can kind of fade this situation here. I think I'm going to take some of this white Lunar and just tap some in this area to help fade that green into that mauve. Amanda keeps texting me, so if my video was choppy right there, blame her. But this is looking very cool in my opinion. And then I kind of like to go back through with all of the colors and just tap around and make sure everything's just like nicely blended at a gradient. Man, that's so pretty. I love that shade. Crescent. Then we will use this little dome-shaped brush from Singe. Where are you? The E10. And I'm going to go back into that mauve shade first and just kind of tap and flick it, trying to start the blend out here. But I would like for that lighter shade to blend first. And then I'll go in with Void. This is cool. I even think I might want to use like a wing liner brush and just go over the lash line on this outer part. I just love the way that always looks because it kind of makes the look even more smoky. The lashes and liner are really going to pull this whole thing together though, in my opinion. Well, what do you guys think of the finished look? I do think it is very sparkly, very beautiful, and kind of glamorous, like in a dark, smoky way. But it's not me either. If you know me and you've been watching my content, you know I love something just a little more adventurous. But with that being said, I do think it is very beautiful, and I mean, I'm not mad at it. But to finish off the look, I use two liners. The shade Killer Pink from Too Faced, and this one, Lithe. I looked it up and now I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it's in the shade Galaxy. I just got this in BoxyCharm. I'll link it down below, but it's like the darker color out here on the end, and these seem to be budge proof. This is my first time actually trying it on the eyes, and I did a swatch when I got them and it seemed to be like budge proof, but we will test it on my very allergy watery eyes. But I used my Kofi mascara and the Melt Moxie Lash. So as for the palette, you guys know Arttitude Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands. They have one of the best formulas. I love their mattes, and their shimmers are truly just next level. Like the multichromes, duos, hollows, metallics, all of it. They've always been so fun and kind of innovative with their color stories, and I always find myself so excited when it comes to their launches. But I will say, the last 3 launches that they have had just haven't really spoke to me. So the last one I didn't pick up at all. The one before this one. And the one before that I did pick up. I'm looking at my shelf. I think it was called the Arcana. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. That one was pretty, but there was some issues with that one being a little too muted. And for me, this one, like, it's all personal preference type of thing. If you like this color story, trust me, you are going to love this because it is fantastic quality. But for me, this feels safe, and I feel like Arttitude doesn't usually do safe except for the last 3 launches. I love their palettes because they have these random pops in there, and it just makes it more exciting and makes me feel like so ready and adventurous when I'm creating my looks, and I didn't get that out of this one. But I will say, I feel like more people disagree with that thought process when it comes to an eyeshadow palette than those who would agree with me. I just like something different, and I like my random pops. I just think it makes a palette so much more fun, and those pops being in there, I feel like you can get so many more looks out of a palette that way. It just, I don't know, I really like it. And like I said, this one is really beautiful, and the shimmers are next level. Like, they are so beautiful. The mattes, they have such a great matte formula, but this just is not my color story. I do think there are more like exciting things that have launched recently, some very exciting things that are coming, and I don't know. And it's hard because sometimes, like, you see a palette and it's beautiful, like on Instagram or whatever, and you get it in and it's like so much better than what the photography really shows. Like the newest palette from Unearthly Cosmetics, that is one that pops in my mind right off. That palette is so much better. And the Gothic Romance from Unearthly, both are so much better in person. But I don't know. I feel like now that I have it in my hands and I've used it based on my personal preferences and what I like in an eye look and a palette, I don't think I would repurchase it simply because the color story is not my favorite. I hope that makes sense. But you guys are going to have to let me know if you picked it up. Do you like these types of color stories? I think a lot of people will because, like I said, it is very beautiful. It's just not me, you know? But let me know which look was your favorite. The first one was definitely mine. Like, hands down. I loved it so much, but I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about the palette, the eye looks, and everything. I hope you guys have the best day ever, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and until next time, bye!